This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent. We hope you enjoy today's broadcast.
The following broadcast is an exclusive presentation of the Community Radio Network. WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
Welcome back. Community Radio Network simulcast on the NFHS Network, and it is the championship games for the men, for the women, and it will be both teams of the Rocky Mount Gryphons taking on the Cleveland Rams host school. Kim Winslow was alongside. I am Wesley Outland, Jackie Posey, and Nathan Outland on video production. Kim, this is 3 days of work. Once a year, we always look forward to this one to see who's on top. And obviously, you got a matchup that I think Cleveland and Rocky Mount should be one for the ages. We're going to see here. A privilege to call here tonight, no doubt, for men and the women.
Yeah, it's the championship game. Although when you look at how both teams got here, Cleveland won 49-34 in their first matchup with Nash Central. Yesterday, they beat West Johnson 46-27. Rocky Mount had a little bit easier road here. They beat Middle Creek in their first game 66-34 on Tuesday, and then an easy win last night against Fuquay Varina 60-15. They've had 3 players in double figures, and so I think we're going to see a tough Rocky Mountain team come out here right from the get-go. I think they're going to want to get off to a quick start. And it looks like they have been dominating the boards in the past 2 games.
Rocky Mount Gryphons are 9-1. The Cleveland Rams are 5-6 as well. We now get ready to join public address for player introductions in the John Jacobs Women's Championship Final of 2022.
I'm telling God, you know I'm a rant when I talk to Job and say that I can't.
Well, any moment now, we'll get ready to go to public address. They're not ready just yet.
Looks like they're trying to give a signal up here, but there's nobody up here.
I think they want them to kill the music. Somebody go there and kill the music. You hear it playing, so that's what they're trying to have done. Oh, there they go. They ran to the concession stand.
Yeah, they've got somebody else over here.
Let's go to public address and player introductions for the Women's Championship. Woo!
Good evening and welcome to...
Got some
interference. Yeah, that's on their end. Yeah, let's try this for the 3rd time.
Good evening and welcome to Cleveland High School for tonight's championship game of the John Jacobs Classic for the girls bracket between the Gryphons of Rocky Mount High School and the Rams of Cleveland High School. And now for tonight's starting lineups for the Gryphons of Rocky Mount High School. Starting at 4, number 11, McKinley Battle. Starting at guard, number 14, Kyra Jones. Kira. So 4, number 15, Nala Powell. 4, number 21, Madison Mitchell. And 4, number 22, Caroline Thiel. The Gryphons are coached by Pamela Gainey. And now for the Rams of Cleveland High School, starting at 4, number 15, Cassidy Mills. Guard, number 20, Brooklyn Waller. Starting at 4, number 21, Allie Jones. Starting at guard, number 24, Jazira Gundy. And starting at 4, number 31, Kendall Gaunt. The Rams are coached by Robbie White.
Thank you very much. Public Address giving you the opening introductions of the players that are ready to go. And Kim, we're ready to go for this championship.
I was noticing out of the starting lineup, and I'm looking down at the bench, I don't see Ainsley Stewart on the bench for the Rams tonight.
Well, that's a shock right there for sure. Obviously a former Comet. She played for us last year on the JV
2
level.
years ago.
2 years ago.
No, on varsity.
She was. It's JV and varsity, yes. And she played yesterday. I know she did. We were.
I just don't think I see her.
We were
down there on
actually
the bench.
talking about her yesterday. Jackie and I was.
Hey, you said she took a half-court shot. Didn't you say to
No,
end the half?
Caitlin McCoy
Oh,
did.
Caitlin McCoy
Yesterday,
did.
yesterday in the tournament against North Pitt Panthers. By the way, the Cleveland Rams are wearing their home colors, white on white with pink, as they're always adorning for breast cancer awareness all year long, besides October. The Rocky Mountain Gryphons are the away colors. They're wearing the dark blue on blue. Apparel provided by Nike with the gold in their numbers. Gryphons on the front. And again, by the way, Clayton are getting the men third place for their tournament. The battle for the runner-up and the winner for the women about to go down. The men is next. And Kim, Rocky Mountain Gryphons trying to go for 4 consecutive years as the tournament women champion. Cleveland is trying to defend their title after winning it back first time in 20. Well, actually, correction. They've never won the title before. Cleveland Rams have never won before. This will be a first, Kim. Tip-off. We're underway. Here we go.
Brooklyn Waller brings it up for the Rams.
I'm sorry, Kim. I was trying to say
that was a ticky-tack foul.
That's right. And what I was trying to say, Kim, Cleveland has not won this tournament before. The Rocky Mount Gryphons are trying to go for 4 years in a row winning this championship. The men final coming up next will try to beat Cleveland for 2 years in a row.
They're going to get that little ticky-tack foul called on Madison Mitchell of the Gryphons.
This match
but they're
underway.
going to get a tie-up, and Rocky Mount's going to take possession.
Inside, driving. That's going to be, of course,
well, they're still
dark
working
jerseys.
around the perimeter.
Kim, we're talking about dark jerseys for Rocky Mount for sure, and they're dark blue, and there goes a basket.
Yep. Number 14.
Kyra Jones.
Kira Jones.
Kira Jones puts it in, and Rocky Mount will strike first. As Cleveland in front of us, they go to the ground, 24.
Timeout.
Jazar Gundy.
Yeah, Cleveland coach calls the timeout before the ball could get tied up.
Head coach for the Rocky Mount Gryphons is, of course, Miss Gainey, Pam Gainey. Husband Michael Gainey will be heading up the varsity men's game next for the championship. Cleveland High School head coach, obviously, Robbie White, along with assistants of Jarek Brown and Emily Parker. This game is broadcast on the Community Radio Network as well as simulcast on NFHS Network solely for the non-commercial listening audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission without the express written consent of the Community Radio Network copyright 2022 is restricted and prohibited. Of course, we have an agreement with Jamie Lee in Cleveland and the John Jacobs Christmas Classic Committee to broadcast this game. Here we go now inside, going to Cleveland. That's going to be number 20 driving. That's Brooklyn Waller. We know how talented Brooklyn Waller is. 21 to the basket of Allie Jones, and they got a whistle, Kim.
Yeah, they're going to call the whistle on Carolina Thiel as she pretty much bowled over the screener for Cleveland. So that's going to be 2 quick fouls on Rocky Mount.
So Thiel will be called for the foul. 2 fouls again on the Gryphons, none on Cleveland. And obviously Cleveland at home, they're wearing their home colors. The white and the pink. Shot for 3. Off the rim, short there. No good. 24 the attempt, but Jazara Gundy in basket. A foul will be called here. We're going to bring them back to the line for Rocky Mount.
And I think they're going to call that foul on Gundy, who missed that three-pointer.
Yeah, a little slow getting up for Jazara Gundy, the 5'5 junior guard. This will put 14 of Kira Jones to the line. Yep, freshman. Boy, Rocky Mount's got to give Kim. I've heard some good things about Kira Jones. 5'8 freshman guard.
She makes the first.
She does. Rocky Mount Gryphons under the direction of Coach Pam Gainey looking to try to win 4 straight years in a row the women's tournament final. And they add on the points now, 4-0. Cleveland yet to score, yet 4-0.
Oh,
losing the ball, fighting for the ball in midcourt. Jump ball's called. Possession arrow will go to Cleveland.
Yeah, Brooklyn Waller was not able to get it up past the half-court line. She got tied up by two Gryphons creating the jump ball, but ball's going to go back to Cleveland.
Inbound it, put it back in play, 33 to Waller. Boy, oh boy, come on, reset there. That's going to be Miller to Waller, under pressure. Going back almost to the midcourt, sweeping around the corner. Number 2, Sage Farmer. Tried to get it to 15 of Cassidy Mills. No one home, Kim, and a turnover by the Rams, giving it back to the Gryphons.
Yeah, another turnover for Cleveland. Oh, and here we can see Caroline Thiel. She's going to come up just a little long.
Yeah, no basket.
On the three-pointer.
Jones, Mitchell, Thiel, and I think Rocky Mount is going to turn the ball over back to the Rams.
Yeah, it just went out of bounds on that three-pointer.
So 21, Allie Jones will inbound it back again, and a timeout called by the coach.
No. He initially signaled
I'm
Gryphon
sure what's
ball.
going
Yeah,
on.
no. So he originally signaled Gryphon ball, and then he corrected himself and pointed to Cleveland ball.
Gotcha. Referees are human too.
Oh,
ball falls.
Gryphons are putting on the full court press.
They are, man. Coming up with it, though. Is that Farmer breaking through?
No, 31.
That was 31, actually, of Kendall Gaunt.
And then she tried to get it off to Cassidy Mills. Cassidy Mills couldn't handle the pass. Goes out of bounds, turns it right back over to the Gryphons.
Sure did. 4-0. This is the championship for the women. The men championship coming up next. And we've got a whistle and a stoppage of play here. Yeah, looks like the referee is talking to head coach Robbie White of the Rams.
I don't know what he said, but I don't know if he didn't like what Coach White had to say, or...
It's going to go back down to the Gryphons basketball. Here comes 22 on the inbound, back to 22. That's still to Mitchell. Phil to Mitchell, round the corner, going inside the rim, and the driving to the lane. That's Powell. They turn the ball over. Ball falls again, and they move around the circle. Go a shot down to the left.
Again, misses on the three.
Fighting for it, coming up with it was Mills, getting it back to Jones.
Kendall Gaunt was able to come up with the loose ball for Cleveland.
That's right.
Feeds it into Cassidy Mills, but she's going to get fouled by number 11, McKinley Battle.
Yeah, it's the strong or shooting forward sophomore for the Rocky Mount.
And that's going to put Cassidy Mills at the line shooting 2 for the Rams.
5'10" freshman guard Izzy Scholler also is around there, of course, also with the forward, Cassidy Mills. And we'll reset here. Waller at the free throw line along with Allie Jones with the 4 for the Gryphons, and the first one falls in. And Kim with the free throw line, Rams get a point.
Yeah, first point for the Rams tonight.
Still in the first period of the championship game of the 8th annual John Jacobs Christmas Classic, 5:26 remaining.
She makes them both.
And it's now a 4-2 game here. Cut the lead in half as the Rams try to get on the board for the first time. Here comes now Kara Jones. Kara Jones going to Thiel. Around the perimeter, going now around the Mitchell. Mitchell to Thiel, back into the corner, going to Jones. Here comes Thiel, inside 22. That's Thiel.
She kicks
going
it
down
back
to Mitchell
out to
again.
Mitchell, and she's going to reset at the top of the key.
And they'll try again, driving Thiel, getting around 2 or 3. Touched by Cleveland. Thiel comes up with it, boxed by 3, going to Thiel again. That was Mitchell. And the ball will not fall to the net after the whistle and a call. One called jump ball, one called foul.
No, it was definitely a foul. It's just a matter of, looks like they're going to call it on number 20, Brooklyn Waller, for the Rams, and that's going to put McKinley Battle at the line shooting 2 for the Gryphons.
She a strong forward for sophomore, 5'9", as we mentioned, and a basket in.
Yep, she makes the first of 2 free throws.
Brooklyn Waller, again, the foul called on the Cleveland Ram, 5'8" senior guard for the Rams of Cleveland. 3-point lead, trying to make it 4, and they do so. 6-2,
Battle makes
under
them
5
both.
minutes.
Boy, the Gryphons are putting on a full court press, and Cleveland's having a hard time managing it.
But
and they're going to get tied up with another jump ball.
Another
this
jump
time
ball's
going
called.
back to Rocky Mount.
Yes.
Yeah, Cleveland's got to figure out a way to break that press, because it has given them all kinds of fits.
Thiel will go in, get ready to inbound it back for the Gryphons. Kim, I've done some studying. A Gryphon is an eagle with big talons. The big, with the claws and the beak. Thiel going inside, driving. Around to Mitchell. Mitchell around the horn to Kira Jones. And somehow in the middle is Nevaeh Cannon. They can't stop this offensive drive. They go into triangle formation, and now they begin to work inside the lane. Go into the free throw line. Going down to Kira Jones. Back around there. Going to Battle. Battle now works around. Going to Powell. Powell to Thiel. Inside. Back again to Battle. And the basket will not fall in, but there's a foul. Foul is called, Kim, on Sage Farmer for the Rams.
Yeah, that's just her first. But that's going to put McKinley Battle at the line. She made her first 2. And she makes her third.
Rocky Mount back to the free throw line. Another score made, Kim.
I'm glad you looked up what a Gryphon was, because for some reason I was thinking it was like a gargoyle.
Yeah, it's like a mad eagle. P.O.'d eagle, if you will. Yeah, it's not a gargoyle.
And she makes the second of 2.
We can ask Google if you want to, live on the air.
Again, the press, this time they get it over half court. And she's quickly double-teamed by Rocky Mount. And Cleveland is going to call a quick timeout before Rocky Mount can get the turnover.
They will. Okay, Google.
No, don't.
What is a Gryphon? They're going to say Griffin.
According to Brit.
Never mind. I know what a giraffe is. Okay. It said Griffin. I don't know what a Gryphon. So we have a timeout though, and 8-2, 6-point game. And I was going to say this, though. Looking at what I saw yesterday with Rocky Mount, they quickly jump up to scoring points fast, Kim. That's just not the case right now. Cleveland down by 6, but they are hanging with the Gryphons.
So Google may not have answered you, but according to Wikipedia.
No, Google, I don't need you.
It's a mythological creature with a lion's body, either winged or wingless, and a bird's head, usually that of an eagle.
See, are you okay? Mm-hmm. And you said it was a gargoyle.
Well, I knew they were just crazy looking.
All I know about it, if I seen a Griffin coming at me in real life, I definitely would run the other direction. I definitely wouldn't offer him a cracker. But one thing about it, this Rocky Mount team for the women looking for 4 straight years in a row as champions. They won their first tournament back in 2018. 2019, they repeated. 2020, we didn't play because of COVID. They won it last year as well.
Now we see Nevaeh Cannon come in for the Rams. And Cassidy Mills is going to lose it. And the Gryphons come up with the loose ball as they push it up the court quickly before Rams can get set. They're going to call the basket off and call a charge.
Charge on, I believe, 15 of Mills.
No.
No, 10.
Is 10 on
Keegley, of Grace Keegley.
No, Amelia Bryant. It was on Rocky Mount. I'm sorry, not D. Graham.
Yeah. Hello. Both of us were tongue-tied there. D. Graham, no basket, though. 8-2, 6-point lead under 4 minutes remaining in the championship final.
And again, Rocky Mount, that pressure creates a turnover.
33. That's Williams. 21. Mitchell can't finish, though.
Yeah, Mitchell
they'll reset.
Brings it back out.
Shot for 2. In. That's number 14.
That's Kira Jones.
That's
and
Kira
again,
Jones. Yep.
Rocky Mount is putting on the full court press, and again, Cleveland loses it out of bounds. They can't even get it past the half court line.
Man, what a talent this player is, no doubt about it. Kira Jones, the steal again by Williams, going to Mitchell. They drive up to the lane, and ball will go out of play. And here comes number 22, Thiel, coming in again for 11 of McKinley Battle. And Rocky Mount will inbound it.
Caroline Thiel, she's got off to a slow start. She's been the leading scorer the past 2 games for Rocky Mount, scoring 23 in the first matchup and 13 in the second, but she's held scoreless so far here.
Grant to Mitchell to Kira Jones, and another shot for 2. Now a 10-point lead on the Rams, 12-2. Cleveland down by 10, turnover. 21 again, Mitchell.
Well, Waller dribbled it
Resets
right
Thiel
into
at
traffic.
the free throw line, and she's going to get fouled.
Yep, Caroline Thiel's going to get fouled. I think they're going to call that on number 2. Make sure here.
Kim, they called it on 15 of Mills.
Cassidy Mills.
Called it on number 15 of Cassidy Mills. It's a 2-shot foul, and this will bring Thiel again. Caroline Thiel, the strong forward senior at 6 foot.
She makes her first. That's her first points of the game.
(13-2).
And she makes them both.
That puts it in the net there.
Extends their lead 14-2.
12-point lead. And the only 2 points, Kim, was done by Cleveland on the free throw line. That's been it. Cleveland has yet to score.
Yeah, they from the field.
From the field, yes.
They finally break the press. See if they can do anything with it now.
Mills around the Farmer, going to Waller. Waller overshot the basket. She's fouled. 3-shot foul coming up for Waller, I believe, number 20. And it'll be a 3-shot foul at number 20 for the Rams. Is coming the guard.
D. Graham fouls Waller as she takes a 3-point shot, so that's going to be Graham's second. Putting Waller at the line, shooting 3. And as you said, the only points for the Rams coming off free throws so far this evening, and she misses the first.
Brooklyn Waller, a 5'8" senior guard for the Rams. And so far, the points for Cleveland have only been scored at the free throw line.
She misses the second.
I think that number 10, Grace Kigley, forgot that it was a 3-shot foul, and she tried to go for the rebound on the 2. Yeah, one more shot left here. Thiel says let them have it. Give them room. And that one will fall in here now. 1 for 3 on the free throw for Brooklyn Waller, Kim.
And now the Rams are going to put on a little press.
Changing it up now. Kira Jones inside the field. Now going back around to Keisha Mazzell. Mazzell now inside to Jones. And here comes now a drive. 14 of Kira Jones again. Thiel under the basket. They're fighting for it. Last touch by Sheila Williams.
This time Kendall Gaunt comes up with the loose ball.
Yes, she does.
And
Gaunt.
No, she traveled. She took an extra step, and unfortunately.
You call that, Kim?
Yeah, and unfortunately for the Rams, they finally were able to they got the steal, trying to get the ball over half-court line before the Gryphon defense can even set up and put on the press. They got it down court, and unfortunately got called for the travel was Cassidy Mills before she could put up that 3-pointer.
Again, Coach Pam Gainey barking the signals there for the Gryphons to get back in the position here. Blocking that trap defense that Cleveland's working on. And Kira Jones now 2-lady coverage. Boxed in, goes around the horn to Mazzell. Mazzell now the 33. Williams, no good. Rebound comes up with it. It's going to be Nevaeh Cannon.
Yeah, Paris Evans couldn't come get the 3-pointer to fall. And again, Cleveland quickly gets the ball down court.
Cannon to Waller. Waller to Jones. They reset and slow down the tempo back to Waller again. Kira Jones all over her. Now Nevaeh Cannon with the rock. Driving. She could not put it in the cylinder. Farmer couldn't get there. Neither could 21 of Jones on a rebound. Back by the Gryphons. Mazzell driving. Going to Williams at free throw. Ball drops off the rim. No good. Here comes Thiel with the rebound. Back to Jones. Kira Jones left.
And her shirt's is short. And Caroline Thiel is there.
And that will finish it.
For cleanup duty.
And under a minute remaining. As Kim mentioned, Thiel, hard work, go to the paint and puts it in.
Keeley almost lost it.
Nevaeh Cannon saved it there along with Grace Kigley for Cleveland. Under a minute to play. Oh, my. Down hard going Kira Jones on Kigley and Cannon. And a foul is called on Kira Jones, Kim.
Yes, just her first.
Foul on Kira Jones. 16-3, and it's now a 13-point lead for Rocky Mount.
And I can't see, I think that's the 6th foul on Rocky Mount.
That is, that's 6 fouls on Rocky Mount, Kim, and 4 on Cleveland.
So next foul will put Cleveland in the bonus.
Very fast, too. As we get ready to wrap up the first period, inside Waller going to 42
she double dribbled.
of Gabby Bill.
They're going to call it travel, but she kind of double dribbled.
Double dribble, traveled, whatever it is. It's a turnover by the Rams, and it gives the ball back to the Gryphons. As Paris Evans is ready to inbound it for Rocky Mount. Giving it back in to 4 of Mazel. Mazel, high snap there to Thiel. Thiel will find the right ring and look now for Amia Bryant. Bryant now
She
lost it, couldn't get it to Williams in time. And Cleveland got it back, Kim. Trying to finish strong here.
Williams just kind of sat in the lane a little too comfortable.
Oh, yeah, a little acting. Body's falling. I think Grace Kigley might be going to the line to shoot 2. Actually,
I think they're going to get
Kigley,
that on 23, Paris Evans, for the foul. Keeley can't get first of 2 to fall.
Place beginning to fill here in Cleveland for the championship game, not only for the women, but the men as well, Cleveland and Rocky Mount. Kigley, first shot does not go in. Second one, I think they're going to say it's a lane violation, Kim.
Yep, she missed it anyway.
So no need to reshot, redo it again. She turns it over, and it's going to be now Evans to inbound it. Back to Rocky Mount, to Mazel. Mazel and a steal there by Cannon.
Pressure almost created a turnover.
10 seconds, under 5 seconds remaining.
Trying to get it into Thiel. She goes into traffic.
Couldn't get anything done. That's the first period. I will say this, Kim. If Cleveland continues to do this trap defense, this might give a fit to the Gryphons of Rocky Mount.
Yeah, they're trying to give the Gryphons a little bit of their own medicine.
The end of the first period. 16-3, the 2022 John Jacobs Christmas Classic, presented by Uplift Tees, returns on the Community Radio Network, simulcast on NFHS Network. The second period is next.
Regresando a la escuela, sí tenía miedo, porque yo tenía pensamientos que no sabía si iba a poder hacerlo.
A los 47 años, Marco obtuvo su high school diploma.
Nunca es muy tarde para obtenerlo.
Nadie obtiene un diploma solo. Si estás pensando en obtener tu high school diploma, puedes recibir ayuda. Encuentra clases gratis para adultos cerca de ti en completatudiploma.org. Repito, completatudiploma.org. Presentado por la Dollar General Literacy Foundation y el Ad Council.
To buy your home, you became a house hunting ace. Learned about loans, scoured neighborhoods, and asked the right questions. If you manage that, you can get your retirement plan on track. Visiting aceyourretirement.org can help. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
We'll be back. 8 minutes goes up on the clock. Welcome back to Cleveland and the 2022 John Jacobs Christmas Classic Tournament Invitational. The women championship game going on now. The men is coming up next. Kim Winslow, Wesley Outland, Jackie Posey on video production. And this is, again, the women's final between the Rocky Mount Gryphons with 16. The Cleveland Rams are the home squad at 3, down by 13. And Kim, again, we started to see a little aggressiveness by Cleveland.
Yeah,
if they could continue that, they might give Rocky Mount some trouble.
They almost created a turnover there, but Rocky Mount gets it back, and an easy basket, easy layup under the basket.
That's Madison Mitchell, number 21, by the way, for Rocky Mount, putting the score in.
And again, we talked about the 3 points that Cleveland has scored has all come from the free throw line.
Nevaeh Cannon just can't get the ball to fall in.
The whole Cleveland team can't get the ball to fall. They went, I believe, 3 for 7 at the line in the first quarter. Conversely, Rocky Mount went 8 for 8 at the line. They're perfect on free throws so far. And
still,
Rocky Mount gets
Kara Jones and a foul by
Kigley.
Kigley.
They're going to get Keeley, yep.
Grace Kigley threw the arm in there, and there's a whistle and a foul. Kara Jones a little slow getting up. She was kind of wobbly there in the right leg. And they're going to call a foul on Cleveland. 1-1 for Rocky Mount. 5 fouls for Cleveland as they got 5 fouls still in.
Yeah, so that's
the bonus.
A non-shooting foul.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sorry, Kim. I was just looking at the 7 fouls for Rocky Mount, 5 for Cleveland. As 11 inside, going back to Thiel. Touch, still put it up. Williams, she'll be short there. I believe it's 15. Going to go to the line of Nyla Powell.
And they're going to call that foul on Allie Jones.
Another 2-shot foul.
See if she can keep the streak going for for Rocky Mount. Like I said, 8 for 8 there in the first quarter.
Rocky Mount Lady
Oh, she can't get the roll on that one.
team under the direction of Pam Gainey, trying to win now 4 consecutive years the John Jacobs Christmas Classic for the women. First time they won it in 2018. We broadcasted that game actually on CRN. Me and Trey Snyde did.
But she makes the second.
That was back whenever it was known as the 3 and Out Radio Network Day back in the time.
That's going to extend Rocky Mount's lead 19-3 over Cleveland.
Going down to Grace Kigley. Kigley around the horn, going to Waller. Waller will fall.
Oh.
They're going to call traveling, and it'll turn the ball over. It'll be Rocky Mount ready to inbound it. It'll be Thiel ready to bring this game back to play here. Thiel around the horn going to Mitchell. Mitchell to Thiel. Cleveland trying to close in. There's Kigley. Kigley around there to Cannon. Cannon will now go to Kira Jones around the wing. Moving now around the horn. Trying to find something. Thiel drops from the left inside. Couldn't get the ball off the basket. It's Windex. Second time. Third time. Ball's in for Thiel. That's that Caroline Thiel, strong forward senior.
Oh, she's going to get the turnover on the defensive side.
Oh, they're going to call it mid-court violation, Kim.
What?
I guess she caught the ball, she crossed the timeline, and then she crossed back over the line again and turned it over.
I don't know about that one.
Or double dribble. Anyhow, Cleveland ball. Allie Jones will inbound it back to Devaya Cannon. Cannon. Waiting patiently. Cannon again from Jones. Inside. Looking now under pressure by Jazara Gundy.
Whoa.
Oh, tipped up. Saved there by Gaunt.
Oh,
Trouble driving it. Just handed right in the hands of McKinney Battle for Rocky Mount.
She lost her dribble and just handed it right to Battle.
Oh. To the basket. 15 in. Nyla Powell.
I thought they might have called a charge on Powell. Looked like she might have got an elbow in there to make some room. But she's going to get the basket.
The gift that keeps on giving. A ball handed to you, and you easily drive and finish with Powell for 2. And then there's Kara Jones going to the line, and she's going to shoot 1 and 1.
Yeah, I think they're going to call that on Allie Jones. It's hard to see the official signal. That's going to put Jones at the line shooting a 1-on-1. Foul was under the basket, but she was not in the act of shooting.
Kara Jones, and first one in. Boy, oh boy, 24-3. Cleveland Rams definitely feeling the effects of Rocky Mount's hunger to grab them by the talons and lock up another 4th consecutive women's tournament championship. Still a lot of basketball though left to play going inside. Cassidy Mills. Thiel with the coverage, and the ball will still not go in the net for some reason. It's like access denied every time Cleveland gets to this side of the paint, Kim.
Yeah, they just cannot get a shot to fall.
Inside Thiel, going back around inside to Powell. Powell at free throw. Shot up for
outside.
2. And no good on the attempt by Kira Jones. Here comes 3-man front there by Cleveland. Devaya Cannon, can she finish? No!
No, still a basketball fall.
Save though by Gundy to keep it in play. Going to Gone on a 2, and it won't go in.
I've never seen anything like it.
It's like there's Orville Redenbacher on top of the net, and it says pop, 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 not going in. Rebound, foul, no basket, and it's traveling on Rocky Mount. Kim, we've seen this year for Clayton as well when we cover the Comets.
Yeah, this is crazy not to have one basket fall yet. About 3 minutes in, just over 3 minutes into the second quarter.
That's right. 25-3 the score.
Again,
close it in.
Trying to break that press.
Wow.
But
whoa.
That didn't look like a foul. Yeah, that just looked like
body-to-body contact. She's a little slow getting up there.
They were both going after the ball.
Is that Jones again? No, that's 11 of McKinley Battle.
Like they were just.
She took a shot to the head, Kim. She's Definitely looks a little dazed. Coach Pam Gainey looking at her.
Looks like she might have got poked in the eye.
So the referee never called a whistle on a foul. It's just going to be.
It just went out of bounds.
Yeah, it's just going to be Rocky Mount ball inbound at 23 to 21. That's going to be Evans to Mitchell. Evans to Mitchell going down to Williams. Going down to Kira Jones on the far left wing. And the fancy footwork continues as she's going to get fouled. Going to be on 24. Hands down, Kim. On 24 of Jazara Gundy. That's what, 2 on her now, I believe?
Yes, 2.
2 fouls on Gundy, and this will bring Kira Jones back to the line. A star player for Rocky Mount.
Kira
the
Jones.
5'8 freshman guard, Kim. She's a freshman. Freshman.
And she's 4 for 4 at the line so far tonight. 10 points on the night thus far.
Freshman Kira Jones at the line. First one up on the 1-and-1, and it's in.
Good.
And they continue to rack on the points, whether it's for 3, whether it's for layups, for rebounds. And at the charity stripe, it's now 26-3, a 23-point lead now over the Rams.
And
second one doesn't fall.
First miss tonight. And
Avaya Cannon with Williams and an interception.
Oh, but she looks like she's going to lose it out of bounds.
All that work for Williams for nothing.
Both officials were looking at each other to see if Sage Farmer may have got a finger on it. But they both looked at each other and decided it was off Rocky Mount.
Cannon will inbound it from Gaunt. Working at the midway part of the court. Going inside. Looking around the horn to Brooklyn Waller. Waller bucks by 2. She will drive.
Blocked.
No one home.
Yeah, that got blocked by Williams.
And Kim, just like that, it's 4-on-1. And then quickly, they run to the other side of the court, and they're offensively ready to score.
Three-pointer.
Like that, they got it. Kira Jones.
No, number 4.
Keisha Mizell.
That's the first three-pointer of the game for Rocky Mount, and she banks it in. Now they're going to get an over and back.
Yeah.
Cleveland turns it over once again, back to Rocky Mount.
Midcourt
but again,
violation.
back to that three-pointer. Mizell comes in, nails the 3, but didn't call bank, but it still counts all the same.
That's right. Keisha Mizell with the first three-pointer of the game, going down to 21 and a shot for 2, short of the three-point line to Mitchell. And it's going to be out of play. Last touch by Cleveland. It'll be Rocky Mount ball. .29-3. Shot.
Up, that's
short. Rebound. Coming up with it. Brooklyn Waller for the Rams. They have not scored anything except free throws.
Yeah, they have
for
not
Cleveland.
got one field goal yet from the floor.
Navaya Cannon with pressure now around to Mitchell. Mitchell around the horn, goes around inside, looking now to find number 2, Sage Farmer. Farmer with coverage now, and a turnover by Williams. Williams will drive. She'll carry it to the basket. She can't finish. Williams will be there as Mitchell will put it in. It's denied. Second time, no good. They fall to the ground like they're wrestling each other. Jump ball is called. It'll remain for Rocky Mount.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Rocky Mount. They had 2 good looks at the basket, and neither one of them would fall. But on the tie-up, they will retain possession.
Boy, Cam, they grabbed each other like they were about to wrestle one another to the mat.
Another three-pointer by Evans, and no good.
Rebound this time by number 15, Cassidy Mills. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Shot for 3. No one home. Farmer.
Caroline Thiel did a good job of...
Oh, boy, the PA announcer just got hit in the head. I mean, the PA announcer just took the ball right to the forehead. He's all right. And this game will continue. Kim, that's why I'm glad we have high tables now.
That should be a foul. She tackled her.
I was about to say
that was Waller
tackling.
Absolutely tackled Caroline Thielen. I can't believe they didn't call a foul.
Yeah, I gotta say it's last touch by Cleveland. It'll be Gryphons ball. Rocky Mount. So, there's a conversation going on. We got subs coming in.
It's like Nyla Powell's going to come in for Rocky Mount in place of Williams.
Yep. And it'll be Rocky Mount basketball again here as we close in on the final 2.5 minutes.
Now Cleveland's going to apply some pressure. But Rocky Mount's able to get it over the half-court line.
Inside, driving, going to the lane, 21. There, basket by Williams. It's over the top of the wire of the backboard. And the what they call backboard violation. It'll turn it over back to Cleveland. Backboard violation, right, Kim?
Yeah, went up and over.
The backboard, the wire. The wire's dangling. And Rams will put it back in bounds. Crowd beginning to assemble here for the men's championship. They're watching the women's game, and Cleveland ladies trying to come alive here. No offensive points scored on the paint by free throws only. Everything else has been null by Rocky Mount. Farmer goes now inside to Kigley. Kigley will drive, going to Gaunt. Gaunt boxed by 2. Looking now to somehow get it to Biggs. It boxes off the top of the backboard.
Waller gets it
finally
in.
The Rams get a score by Brooklyn Waller.
She got the rebound, put it right back up, and finally got a field goal for the Rams.
Could that be the shot to the chest the Rams needed?
Caroline Field for
Field
3.
says, I respond and put a 3 in your face. Whew. 32-5. Rocky Mount leading this here on their quest for 4 straight tournament titles. There's a foul, Kim. This is going to bring Waller to the line.
He looked like he signaled number 5, but I think it was number 4.
Rocky Mount men coming down from the rafters. They've been given the call sign to start getting dressed and warmed up for their quest at a championship title coming up later tonight. Last time the Rocky Mount men won the title was in 2018. Their one and only title. And that was the last time, Kim, in 2018, the first time the women won and the men won in the same year for Rocky Mount Gryphons.
And Brooklyn Waller makes the first of 2.
Waller in the first, 32-6 now. And makes it again. There you go. Hopefully some changing of the guard here. Because, Kim, we want to call a great game. I mean, you don't want to call a blowout. We've called some blowouts in our time, and we've tried our best to make it exciting. But, I mean, a blowout's a blowout. We don't want to have that happen.
Right. It's definitely more exciting for the fans to have a close game.
Yes, 32-7. Going inside, going out of Clatasia Johnson. Here comes... oh boy, basket will not fall, but Nyla Powell will get fouled. She's gone to the line 1 and 1.
I think they're going to call that on Brooklyn Waller.
And they're going to actually say it's not a 1 and 1, it's a 2-shot foul.
Yeah, because she was in the act of shooting.
That's right. Even though both teams are now in the bonus. 15 to the line, Nyla Powell. She's the shooting forward, 5'11", senior for the Gryphons. And the first one will not fall in. 32-7. Closing in on 1 minute remaining here in the first half of play for the tournament. 8th annual John Jacobs Christmas Classic presented by Uplift Tees for the women title. All to the far right of the backboard. They're going to say it's a lane violation on Rocky Mount. No basket, Kim. It'll be Cleveland basketball.
Yeah, she missed it anyway, so.
Gaunt will inbound it. Going down to Waller. Waller boxed by 2. Open by now Gaunt. Gaunt goes back to Waller. Waller got number 10 all around her. D. Graham, Kara Jones. Here comes that driving spirit by also Powell. Under a minute to play now.
Keeley got it into Gundy, but Gundy was too far under the basket.
That's right. And a turnover. Look out, Coach Robbie White. Ball coming at you head on.
Yeah, she threw that right into the Cleveland bench. As Rocky Mountain turns it over, gives it right back to the Rams. 43 seconds left to go here in the first half. Again, Cleveland trailing 32-7. They definitely want to end this half on a high note, getting some more points on the board. See if they can get 2 possessions out of these last 30 seconds, but they got to break this Rocky Mount press first.
Cannon to Gaunt. Gaunt now around the circle, trying now to go to Kigley. Kigley.
Waller's
shot.
way
Waller
short. On that three-pointer.
Yeah, boy, oh boy. I mean, that was an air ball. 32-7.
She didn't eat quite enough Wheaties this morning.
Well, Kim, you got to wonder how tired they are. We've talked about that in the earlier broadcast, that she played for 3 consecutive days. I mean, that's,
you know, and at the same time, just like Derek Launch said, you know, these kids that play travel ball and AAU, they're playing in tournaments where they're playing multiple games.
That's true. That's right.
Back to back to back.
And you got to keep yourself healthy. You got to eat right. You got to keep the potassium good. You got to have plenty of bananas
that was
and
almost
vegetables
travel
and
that
fruits.
didn't get called.
Drink plenty of water and Gatorade. Shot.
Oh
my goodness! It counted!
D. Graham throws up a shot at the buzzer and
Coach
banks
Robbie
it
White
in.
wants a travel call, but I don't think he's going to get it.
No, yeah, they can't go back up, but it looked like there was a possible travel earlier on in that possession. And the thing is, Graham she didn't know how much time was left on the clock, and the entire bench was yelling for her to shoot. She just threw it up, and as luck would have it, it went in, and that's going to extend the lead for the Gryphons 35-7 as we go into halftime.
Back in a moment to assess the first half stats of this game. 35-7 as Kim reiterated on. It is a 28-point lead on the Cleveland Rams of the John Jacobs Christmas Classic on the Rocky Mountain Gryphons quest for 4 straight women's tournament titles.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Regresando a la escuela, sí tenía miedo, porque yo tenía pensamientos que no sabía si iba a poder hacerlo.
A los 47 años, Marco obtuvo su high school diploma.
Nunca es muy tarde para obtenerlo.
Nadie obtiene un diploma solo. Si estás pensando en obtener tu high school diploma, puedes recibir ayuda. Encuentra clases gratis para adultos cerca de ti en completatudiploma.org. Repito, completatudiploma.org. Presentado por la Dollar General Literacy Foundation y el Ad Council.
If you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music,
this is Mommy's jam!
then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. If you love them enough to listen to them practice the same song on tuba,
Please be done.
over and over and over and over and over, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Sounds good, honey.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Getting a flu shot helps us stay healthy, so we don't miss out on what matters. Like that family movie night your daughter can't live without. Yeah, can't do that. Every year, millions of people in the US get the flu. Especially now, no one has time to miss out on moments that matter. So get your flu shot. Find out more at getmyflushot.org. Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
60 years of fender banging, tire scrubbing, Friday night stock car racing is what built the place they call America's favorite bull ring.
Rewind down the back straightaway.
Wake County Speedway is a quarter-mile paved oval where tomorrow's stars are crowned now under the Friday night lights.
I come for the color, I come for the cars, and I come for the crashes.
Tickets are just $15 with special discounts available. Family-friendly, NASCAR sanctioned, WCSpeedway.com.
Green flag in the air.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone?
Do flowers have best friends?
I don't know.
Hey, look.
Whoa. Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone. Done. By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
To buy your home, you became a house hunting ace. Learned about loans, scoured neighborhoods, and asked the right questions. If you manage that, you can get your retirement plan on track. Visiting aceyourretirement.org can help. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Sportsmanship. It means a lot of things.
It means showing respect for the opposing team
And being a good host for our visitors.
It's about modeling good behavior and not getting caught up in the emotion of the moment.
It's about winning with humility.
Losing with dignity.
It is about making my high school games.
It's a good memory that I can enjoy for years to come.
Mr. Official.
Mom.
Dad, son,
Daughter. Coach.
Are we in this together?
Sportsmanship. Together we make the right call.
This message has been brought to you by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
I'm a student athlete, which means I'm still learning.
I'm still growing.
I'm getting important lessons about perseverance, teamwork,
determination, respect, and dedication through playing sports at my school.
Mom, Dad, Coach, in a few years,
I'll probably forget a lot of the details, but I won't forget the lessons I learned
from the way you act towards my teammates,
coaches, referees, and other fans.
What kind of lesson do you want me to learn? I'm watching.
Sportsmanship. Together we make the right call.
This message has been brought to you by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
Some energy drinks want to scare you. Some even want to bully you around. And the others, they're just blowing smoke. Packed with vitamins B3, B5, B6, and B12, the new HiQ energy drink comes available in 4 exciting flavors. Skyberry Fusion, Apple, Coconut Fruit Punch, and Lemon Lime. Natural caffeine, no preservatives, no crash, no bull. HiQ energy drink. Wings are for birds.
Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN. The Community Radio Network now and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
Just about 3 minutes remaining until the start of the second half of play. Third period, 28-point lead for the Rocky Mount Gryphons against the home Cleveland Rams. Welcome back to coverage of the Community Radio Network simulcast on NFHS Network at the John Jacobs Christmas Classic, 8th annual edition of 2022. I'm Wesley Outland, Kim Winslow alongside Jackie Posey and Nathan Outland on video production. Kim, suffice to say, it's very simple. If you want to be able to win this tournament, Cleveland at home, you better do something big, make some big stops defensively, and come out of the cellar, because Rocky Mount is on the quest to make history for 4 straight years of a title run of only 8 years of a tournament.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a tall task for the Rams coming in out here in the second half. And again, it was going to be a tall task coming in to begin the game. Rocky Mount comes in with a record of 9-1. Cleveland at 5-6, and as we said, it's kind of been an easy path for Rocky Mount to get to this championship game. You know, and it's just been really tough sledding for the Rams. You know, they made just the one field goal, and that was in the second quarter by Brooklyn Waller. Otherwise, the other 4 points have come off of free throws. They've only got 2 scorers, Cassidy Mills with 2 on her 2 free throws, and Brooklyn Waller with 5. Conversely, for Rocky Mount, they are led by Kira Jones with 11, Caroline Thiel with 9, and then they've shot 3 3-pointers there in the second quarter. Of course, that one right there to end the half at the buzzer that was banked in, and that was able to, that was by Dee Graham, and that extended the lead. With only 1 minute left to go here in the first half, surprised both teams are just now coming out. I think at the half, Robbie White had to talk to his team on how are they going to break this press by Rocky Mount. They have struggled to get the ball over half-court line. just not taking good care of the ball. But again, give credit to Rocky Mount. They're playing an extremely tough defense. And, Cleveland's getting good looks at the basket. They just can't get anything to fall.
Anybody in foul trouble? For the most part, everything pretty much clean for the moment.
Dee Graham had 2 fouls for Rocky Mount. Brooklyn Waller with 2, Allie Jones with 2, and Jazard Gundy with 2 for the Rams. So nobody in major foul trouble at all.
And, of course, they're going to go back from right to left for the Rams at home, back to their respective spots to the bench. And for the away squad of the Rocky Mount Gryphons, under the direction of Coach Pam Gainey, they will now go from right to left where they played as well. Getting ready for the start of the second half. We're also coming up at the top of the hour. We'll pause for 10 seconds of radio identification on the John Jacobs Christmas Classic. This is coverage on CRN, the Community Radio Network, and NFHS Network from Cleveland.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
And as we return back, this game underway now for the third period, Kim, and here we go again.
Yeah, Brooklyn Waller drove to the basket. She's going to get fouled by number 15, Nyla Powell, for Rocky Mount, but she looked like she had pretty good position there, but they're going to call her for the blocking foul and put Brooklyn Waller at the line shooting 2.
Going to put number 20 Waller to the line, and the senior guard 5'8" player.
And she comes up short on the first.
Yeah, she missed her first one. 28-point lead for the Gryphons on the Rams.
And misses them both.
Free throws, no good.
Got to take advantage.
Yeah, we say that
right
time
now,
and time again.
Yeah, but especially for Cleveland right now, every point counts.
Kara Jones around the horn looking for Mitchell. Mitchell now back in front of our broadcast position. Kara Jones, ball falls, and Gagne will get the takeaway for the Rams here.
Kara Jones tried to get it into battle, and pass was a little off target.
Resets to Waller. Waller around the key, looking inside. It's going to be Gundy. Gundy now will send it off there to 21 of Mitchell, 21 of Jones.
Yeah, Gundy took a shot. She was to the right of the basket, just not on target.
I mean, Kim, it seems like whether it's on the left or the right,
Caroline Thiel for 3,
just can't
no
get
good.
the ball in. Another rebound, though. Nice takeaway there by Waller. Waller throwing it long and deep there. Going to Mills. Mills, can she put it in?
Yeah.
She will, with the assist by 21, Allie Jones. And Cleveland finally getting some points.
Oh, and Rocky
Turnover,
Mount
it's Cleveland ball.
went right through the hands of Kara Jones.
Kim, I noticed something here. Normally we don't see it at the high school level, but the Rams jerseys have their last name on the back of their numbers.
Yeah, they did it when they got these new jerseys.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, they're going to get Brooklyn Waller here at half-court line, and she ties her up, creating a jump ball, and I believe that should be Rocky Mount ball, and it is.
Waller and Jones, they were just tussled to the ground, boy, and I'll tell you what, Kim, Kara Jones manhandled Waller. Even though the jump ball was showed, there was a lot of aggressiveness there, hands down.
She was fighting for it, that's for sure.
Going back inside, going to Battle. Battle will now find Jones. Jones will now send it off to Powell. Powell now looks to the left and finds Mitchell. Mitchell to Jones inside the perimeter for a 2, and the rebound by Rams getting it back. Keeping it alive, 35-9. Going up the lane. Waller falls in.
So back-to-back baskets for Cleveland.
35 to now 11, but they've not updated the score. There it goes. Okay, they updated the scoreboard. 35 to 11.
I think they're going to get Gundy for the foul. I believe that's going to be her 3rd. And so she will come out and Cannon will come in.
This place beginning to feel, obviously, Kim, last year it was Clayton and Cleveland.
I remember that
championship, how electric that was.
5-second call.
Oh, yeah, 5 seconds on field turnover.
And Cleveland didn't have anybody on the inbounder. They had everybody back, and Theo could not find an open man to throw it to.
That's exactly right.
So we're going to get a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, we got a timeout on the court here. We got a timeout. We'll take one with them here.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Cleveland will inbound it after the radio timeout. The timeout taken here with under 6 minutes remaining in the third period. 35-11. Waller again. Ball will not fall, but she's fouled, Kim. Well, that's in favor. Foul called on 21 of Madison Mitchell for the Gryphons, and this is in favor, Kim, for the Rams, because somehow, some way, if you can't put it in the net, you're at least getting a chance to go to the charity stripe to put the balls in on free throws.
Yeah, but you got to make the free throws fall. She missed her first 2 this half.
And that one doesn't go in there as well. Access denied, Kim.
Don't matter what end of the court it is.
That's true. Coming up, the men's championship final. Cleveland and Rocky Mount, they'll go at it for the men's title. Coming up next, Waller
makes
1 out of 2 there. Of course, there will be a presentation of the trophy, and we'll have that on public address and all that. And a turnover. Field going in, getting a bit of back in play. Last time she had the ball on the inbound, she got busted with a 5-second penalty. Let's see, this time she does waste no time getting it to Mitchell. Mitchell to Jones. Jones coming not by Battle, and they make contact. Ball fighting to the ground. Here we go again, like fighting over tug of war. And the jump ball, and it's going to go back to the Rams, Kim.
It is. Again, the Rams have held Rocky Mount scoreless here so far these first 2.5 minutes of the third quarter. So that's a big improvement while they have themselves scored 5. So they're outscoring them 5-0 here in the third quarter.
Waller moving her way back up court now, going inside, coming right where Thiel is, and ready to take her on. To Mitchell as well. Kara Jones will follow. Cannon around the horn to Waller. Waller gets the rock and resets here. Moving in, open, going now to an opportunity for Gaunt. Slapped away there by Powell. And it's last touch by Rocky Mount. Cleveland will keep the ball as Cannon is going to inbound it with 5:18 remaining here in the third period, Kim.
Yeah, Gaunt tried to set the screen and then drove to the basket, and they couldn't quite get it to her.
Cannon somehow got the Mills. Cannon going on a 3. Oh, it couldn't go in. The rebound back by Thiel. Kim, I thought just for a second there it might have went in the net.
I thought she was maybe going to get the lucky bounce, but
yeah, the bounce was against her.
Rocky Mount again looking for their first points of the third quarter.
Thiel bounced by 2.
Kara Jones thought about taking that 3.
Thiel 3 this time.
Thiel
got
for 3.
Got it. Got it.
Her second 3-pointer of the game.
And by the way, Kim, almost 4 minutes
about
in this game before Rocky Mount scored again, as you said.
3 minutes and 15 seconds.
And for Cleveland, they've only got 3. A layup and 1 free throw shot from Waller. That's been it.
No, they got 5 in the third quarter here.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yes, my apologies. Yes, I'm sorry, 7. Yeah, my apologies. You're exactly right. 35-7.
Cannon puts up another 3, and it's no good.
Well, they need some big points, and they need them in a hurry. Rocky Mount just continuing to do what they need to do. Phil's going to go for 3
I
again.
think could have got called for a travel there, and I think the Cleveland crowd was calling for it.
Kara Jones to Mitchell. Mitchell will go back to Phil again. Going back around to Mitchell again. Going around back to Phil. Going to Kara Jones. Kara Jones. Inside.
Oh, she gets double teamed in the corner, and she bounces it off the baseline, turns it back over to the Rams.
Turnover. It'll be back to Cleveland. Thursday night hoops, the final night of the John Jacobs Christmas Classic. Last 3 days they've been playing basketball since 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. in the morning. And this one coming down to the final here. 38-12. Going in short, inside, going down to Waller. Waller driving, going out to Gaunt. Gaunt now pressured, throws to Cannon. Cannon going to Waller again. Waller will drive to the free throw line, saves it off to Cannon again. Cannon knows a deep throw down to 42 of Gabby
Well,
Beal.
she's going to get tied up by Kira Jones, and another jump ball. Again, just the aggressiveness by Rocky Mount.
And this time the arrow in favor of the Gryphons of Rocky Mount. Rocky Mount will inbound it here, 38-12.
Cleveland now trying to show a little pressure.
Yeah, trying to box him in the circle, trying to finally get from midcourt down to the other side of the arena here from Thiel to Jones. Taking time off the clock. Going back inside. 14
Jones.
basket Jones that will not fall. 33 comes up with it, won't go in
That
either.
is a foul.
Williams
My goodness.
and a foul.
She got mauled by Gaunt. Under the basket.
Williams is going to go to the line, and it's a foul on 31 for Cleveland at Kendall Gaunt.
Yeah, she absolutely came over the back and absolutely mauled Williams. That was kind of a line drive free throw, but it went in. It's her first points of the evening.
38-12, 3 minutes remaining here in the third period. Williams' second shot in, and both free throws are good. Or maybe it wasn't. The first one wasn't. 39.
Yeah, no, they're both good.
They okay.
Yep.
Then they need to update it to 40-12 then.
No, that's correct. Oh, yeah, 40. It should be 40.
It should be 40-12.
I thought you
yeah.
meant, when you said 40, I was like, no, that's right. But I didn't realize they only have 39 on the scoreboard.
Yeah. 40-12. They don't have a point up on the board yet. It's go back to Williams. Williams
Unless
going.
they called a violation, but I don't think they did.
Going to Jones. Kira Jones inside. Going down to 21. 21 of the basket. And Madison Mitchell will put it in. 41. They just fixed it, Kim.
No, because she made the two.
Yeah, they just made a two there, so maybe they didn't count one of the points and we missed it.
Unless they called a lane violation.
Now this is going to be a foul on Mills.
No, Kira Jones, isn't it? Because it was on Rocky Mount.
Yep. (41-12). This is why I like our broadcast view from the Crow's Nest, but I don't, because we're not behind the score table where we're normally at Clayton.
Yeah, we're at one end,
table
so
to send it things.
Anything that happens on the other end of the court,
That's
we
right.
don't have the best view.
Maybe next year I'll try to make a request to see if Jamie will let us set up there if we bring our own table, bring our own,
And set up in the stands.
Yes, bring our own little table there.
Oh.
41-12.
Turnover back to Rocky Mount.
And 2.5 minutes remaining in this championship game. John Jacobs Christmas Classic presented by Uplift Tees of 2022, and it looks like Rocky Mount is on their way for a 4th consecutive women's tournament title.
Kira Jones gets
Jones
it into
Thiel
Caroline
and
Thiel.
ball by the foul there, out of play.
Yeah, they're just. Gabby Beal was able to get a hand on it, knock it out of bounds, but Thiel was the last to touch it.
41-12. Getting ready to set up now, Brooklyn Waller. Waller, 5 points scored, by the way, in this game so far for the Rams in the third period. Yep. Jones, Mazel, I think she turned it over, and she did.
I thought she might have been fouled from the back, but they didn't call it, and she just kind of lost her balance and dribbled the ball right on the baseline.
Sure did, and just like that, it's a turnover, 2 minutes remaining. They are checking the table here, and I'm wondering if they're checking the scoreboard, Kim.
I was going to go back and look on.
It could be 42-12. They might be ready to fix this here. We'll find out, Cameron. We're going to see if they're. The foul counts. They're 3 even. I don't know what they were doing. Maybe there was a question about needing to start and stop the clock or something, Kim.
Whoa,
wow.
This time she
slid. That's traveling, Cam. No doubt about it.
That was on Mazel. She tried to stop.
Yeah.
And her feet just absolutely slipped out from underneath her.
Yeah, she fell to her knees and like she was copping a squat there at the under the paint, and they call traveling and turns the ball over and gives it right back to the Cleveland Rams. And Kim, that was a good call by the referees, no doubt. Under 100 seconds of game time in the third period remain. Nobody under the paint except for Tennessee Graham for Rocky Mount. No one covered on Cleveland. And here we go again now. Graham going there from Mazzell. Mazzell to Thiel. Thiel can't slam it in there. Williams, and there's contact. 42. Gabby Bill a little aggressive there. And they're going to say that it's a turnover now by Rocky Mount. It'll go back to the Rams camp.
Yeah, they called a foul on 33. Sheila Williams.
Yeah, and Williams, I think, was thinking that 42, Gabby Bill for Cleveland should have got the foul. Under 80 seconds to go here in the third period for the tournament championship of 2022 of the John Jacobs Christmas Classic. Kim Winslow, Wesley Outland, Jackie Posey on the Video Production Community Radio Network and NFHS Network simulcast coverage from Cleveland. Here comes now. Nice drive by Cannon, and the Rams get a 2, Kim. Nevaeh Cannon for the Rams, the sophomore 5'4" point guard, shooting guard, and they're trying to get aggressive and get the ball back. Touched by Thiel, and it's a touch there by 21 of Jones. Jones, they fight for the ball. Farmer goes down. Farmer to Waller. Waller now going at it again with Jones, and they're going to call for a jump ball. It'll stay for the possession arrow of Cleveland. Kim, what is that being? 7 jump balls, I think, in this game so far?
I haven't kept track, but it's a lot. And again, it goes back to the aggressiveness of the Rocky Mount defense.
Going down to Jones. Jones, Waller, I don't know how they didn't call traveling on that. They didn't. Ball out of play on Rocky Mount. Jones did not touch it. It'll stay Rams ball. Jones will inbound it to Cannon. Final 35 seconds of the third period here. High snap to Farmer, and that's a loss there, and they'll go back down to the Gryphons. Final 30 seconds now. The midcourt. Here comes Rocky Mount driving up the lane. Mazzell goes down. She's going to get fouled. She's going to shoot 2. They're going to call the foul, I believe, on Cannon.
No, 42.
No, they called it on Gabby Bill. Kim, I thought she should have got it the last time, but they didn't call it on her. This time, Gabby Bill is called for the foul for Cleveland. The 5'9" center senior. And number 4 at the line, Mazzell shoots 2, and she misses her first free throw. The 5'6" freshman guard, Keisha Mazzell. 26 seconds exactly remaining on the scoreboard here, 41-14. And now another score. Kim, we got a football score here. It's a 35-point lead.
Yeah, 42-14.
Rams, Cleveland, driving. Going down to Farmer, Cannon. Cannon now going back to Farmer again. Waller, pressure, 2 by 1. Whoa. Inside, boy, they slammed her down again. They're going to call a whistle on 4, I believe.
Yep, I think that's going to be on Mazzell.
Foul is called on number 4 of Mazzell. It is a non-shooting foul. 10 seconds remaining. Rams have the ball. Jones going to Cannon. Going to Farmer. Farmer fakes. Goes to Cannon. They better throw one up. Time running out. Ball is up. Off the rim as Farmer goes down, and that's the third. Into 3. 42-14. 35-point lead for Rocky Mount. One more 8-minute period remains, and then they'll celebrate a 4th consecutive title in the John Jacobs Christmas Classic.
Sportsmanship. It means a lot of things.
It means showing respect for the opposing team
And being a good host for our visitors.
It's about modeling good behavior and not getting caught up in the emotion of the moment.
It's about winning with humility.
Losing with dignity.
It is about making my high school games.
It's a good memory that I can enjoy for years to come.
Mr. Official. Mom.
Dad, son,
Daughter. Coach.
Are we in this together?
Sportsmanship. Together we make the right call.
This message has been brought to you by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
For the Rocky Mount Gryphons, only 8 minutes remain in the 4th period of regulation from their quest at 4 consecutive tournament titles. They won it since 2018, and the 4th period is underway. Welcome back. I'm Wesley Outland, Kim Winslow alongside CRN Sports Network simulcast coverage on NFHS Network. Jackie Posey on video production. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, if you're listening, it's down to the final period for Rocky Mount. Cleveland has got to come back, Kim, in a very big way, down by 35 points.
No. 25.
25, I'm sorry.
28.
28. I said football score. 25 points. 28.
I went back and looked at the replays from the free throws when I still think they're a point short on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Because score was 38. She shot 2
so
free
it should
throws.
Be 43 to 14, right?
Did not see anything waved off on the free throws. Score was only updated with 1 free throw. So unless the official didn't signal something, although I don't necessarily know that it's going to matter too much.
Yeah, Thiel and Jones fighting for it. And still not able to put it in there.
I would think the
Thiel
for 3.
Carolyn Thiel in a 3.
That's her 3rd three-pointer of the game.
Caroline Thiel.
She's got 15, I believe, for tonight.
Kim, no doubt about it. We'll probably see her in college basketball somewhere. What a talent. And whoa, no basket. Coach calls it.
I think they're going to call that
a foul. Yeah.
On Cannon.
Non-shooting foul. It'll be Rocky Mount basketball. .28 lead now. Going back. Ball touched away here. Rocky Mount in the lead. 45 to 14. That's at a 31-point lead now, ain't it? Back inside, going to the perimeter. Got Powell all around. Cassidy Mills throwing a block. There's a whistle and a foul. They might have called it on Mills, maybe on Gaunt.
No, they got it on
they're
Cannon
call
again.
It on Cannon,
and
Kim.
it did. She got an arm on it.
How many is that on Cannon? 3?
2.
2 fouls on Cannon. Anybody in foul trouble for either Cleveland or Rocky Mount, Kim?
Give me just a second.
First free throw, no good. Subs are coming in for Cleveland, including number 11, Emily Biggs, and number 23 of Sarah Miller.
Yeah, Gundy's just got 3 for Cleveland.
Rocky Mount okay?
Mm-hmm.
Rocky Mount is good. Rocky Mount is wise.
And she misses them both. Yep.
Ball falls, rebound coming up with it. Here we go again, 24. Jarazara Gundy. And they are going to call the whistle here and a stoppage of play. It's a turnover. It's going to go back to Rocky Mount, it sounds like. Illegal screen, Kim?
Well,
they're going to make Cleveland. No, they're going to let Cleveland keep the ball, but they're going to make them reback and restart again. What is that about?
I have no idea, because did she not inbound it?
I don't understand this.
Maybe because she had inbounded it at half court, maybe they wanted to inbound it back at this end.
Oh, well.
We're not down by the scores table, so we couldn't hear any conversation from the official.
Ready to go again now. Here we go with Waller going inside to Biggs to Mills.
Yeah,
last
Mills.
touch by Cleveland. Rocky Mount will have the ball. No, last touch by Rocky Mount. Cleveland ball.
I think Powell got a hand on it.
That's right.
But Mills tried to shoot it up and over Powell, and she was just too tall.
High snap. Touch by Farmer from the throw by Waller. And they'll work the way around the corner. Slap to the hands there by Gundy. Gundy now boxed by 2. Pressured up to Farmer. They fight for the rock. She comes up with it. Going down with a 3.
Long. No, I think she was just inside. That was
Mills.
a long
Yeah, it was short for 2. Yeah, it was a long
had
2.
Had a foot on the line, but didn't matter. She missed it.
Going again.
Powell gets that to drop.
Number
15, Nyla Powell.
Yeah, Nyla Powell, the strong forward senior, 5'11". Under 5.5 minutes remaining here in regulation. Going to Waller. Waller around the horn. Ball throws up by Mills. Hitting the head by Waller.
Yeah,
she got hitting it.
Well, she tried putting
there,
it.
Rocky Mount.
Yeah, she tried putting it back up. She was directly under the basket, and it came right back down on top of her.
Coming up, Mills coverage can't stop. Number 4, or excuse me,
Number 11
Number
battle.
11 again. It's McKinley battle for the points. These jerseys are so hard to see in person to figure out the numbers, much less on the broadcast monitor. 49-14. Bottom line with under 5 minutes remaining in regulation. Rocky Mount is running away with this on Cleveland. Running the table for 4 consecutive years in a row.
Thiel drives the basket.
Carolyn Thiel.
And it's good.
with a 1. Yep, senior. Number 22. 3 out of the 4 years she's been a part of this tournament.
They're up by 37 now.
Yep,
they
ball
get up
falls.
by,
Here we go.
Oh, she can't get the
21 to
layup.
Mitchell. Mitchell got it back to Thiel. Thiel with a basket.
And she's going to be.
And 1. She's fouled. And 1. Thiel is making a 3-point play. She's going to the line.
And if you look, if she makes this basket or makes this free throw, it's going to be a 40-point lead.
Running clock.
And it'll be a running clock for the remainder of the game.
Running clock for the remainder of the game. If that happens,
if she makes the free throws.
Yep. Basket and 1. This point crucial to run the clock for the remainder of the finish. Under 4.5 minutes remaining. And by the way, if I'm Coach Robbie White of the Cleveland Lady Rams,
and she's long.
She's missed it. I would say we want this nightmare to be over, but it still continues. Says she couldn't get the free throw and 1 in. Shot Waller 3. No one home when she was short.
I think
Mills,
it got partially
Mills
blocked.
couldn't get it in. Second time of the rebound. Coming up with it is Paris Evans for Rocky Mount.
So again, Rocky Mount's going to get another opportunity.
Williams, Thiel,
get a running clock.
Got it.
And there
Clock
it is.
runs to the finish now. A running clock till the end of regulation now with over 40-point lead. 55-14 as Kim reiterated on. If you're listening in Rocky Mount, the Gryphons are on their way to a women's championship. 4 titles in a row.
And as you see, the ball went out of bounds, whistle blew, but the clock will continue to run with that 41-point lead.
And Kim, I just thought about something, dear. We covered the first time Rocky Mount won the tournament championship in 2018, and the boys did as well. That was when we were on 3 and Out Radio, Trace Knight and myself, and we have covered every tournament since then. We have seen
you might be the good luck charm for Rocky Mount.
Do what they've
Caroline
done.
Thiel is just taking over here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
She's got 11 here just in the fourth quarter.
Thiel will go back at it again. And by the way, for the first time since 2018, Rocky Mount men and women have a chance to go for the championship.
They're going to double team at the half-court line, and Cannon loses it. They must have said Rocky Mount got a handle on it. But Caroline Thiel comes up with the steal, gets it out to Paris Evans, and it's good for 2.
Rocky Mount beat Middle Creek in the first round of the tournament. Rocky Mount beat Fuquay Arena in the semifinals yesterday. And now they are preparing to shut out Cleveland.
Yeah, they pretty much cruised through this tournament.
They're running the table, as you say.
Rocky Mount comes down with the rebound on the missed shot.
2.5 minutes remaining. There's a timeout call.
Yeah, and this will stop the clock because it is a coach's timeout.
So, Kim, a running clock, if people might not know, if you're watching or listening, running clock means over 40-point lead, just like in football, like in basketball as well. Clock simultaneously runs unless the referee calls for a timeout of the clock or if there's a coach's timeout.
Correct.
But if there's
just out of bounds,
out of
or
bounds,
whistle,
free throws,
turnover,
fouls, anything, clock continues to run. Varsity men for the championship coming up next. Community Radio Network and NFHS Network simulcast coverage of the final day of the 2022 John Jacobs
got to get it over the line. She's got to get some help.
Yep, she better
Navia
get over there.
Cannon was
She
putting
did.
on some pressure.
Boy, that was close. Mitchell was there. Mitchell and Caitlin White.
Mazzell had picked up her dribble.
Well, good work by Mazzell. Somehow
and this lead
getting
is
it there.
allowing Rocky Mount to get some other players into the game.
That's
Mia
right.
Bryant's in the game.
Turnover, Cannon.
Caitlin White.
Cannon. One to beat.
And she's
Basket and
fouled.
1. She's fouled. Basket and 1. Now, even though they've closed in on that 40-point gap, Kim, the clock will still run.
Correct.
We need to reiterate on that. If it's a running clock, even if they cut the gap at under 40 points, the clock will still run to the finish. And Cannon is going to go to the free throw line and shoot 1. Basket and 1 for number 3. Point guard, shooting guard, 5'4", sophomore, Navia Cannon. And she can't get it in. Rebound by number 5. That's Caitlin White for the Gryphons. Gryphons will send it off now.
Oh, and they lose it out of bounds. Paris Evans just throws it too high over Brazelle's head, right into the Rocky Mount bench.
And Kim, I think the obvious, knowing that the Rams are done, they're bringing in other players or letting them come in to experience game time. Closing in on 1 minute remaining here. There'll obviously be a tournament presentation from Athletic Director Jamie Lee and the powers that be down there at courtside as they're getting ready for all of that to take place. And then the men's game. Under a minute to go. Rocky Mount, get ready to make some noise in Nash County country because Rocky Mount is about to lock up for 4 consecutive years. The John Jacobs Christmas Classic Women's Tournament. They've won it since 2018.
Via Cannon tried driving into a lot of traffic.
First time they won it in 2018, Kim. 30 seconds to go here.
And that's going to put Sarah Hammond at the line shooting 2. I believe they called that foul on Amia Bryant.
Going to send number 5 to the line of Sarah Hammond.
And she misses the first.
And 15 seconds, 14 seconds. The fate of the clock ticks down. Reality settles in as a full capacity crowd prepares for the men's championship. Rocky Mount, ready, final, set, moving, horn, game, set, match. It is over 59-16. The Rocky Mount Gryphons are your 2022 4-time back-to-back tournament champions. Kim Winslow, the John Jacobs Christmas Invitational. Final time, 56-19, the score. Whew. Quick tally of the points. Kim will give us our final analysis, and we'll get ready for the men's action. But first, also the presentation, too, as all of that will take place in a few moments as we will get ready to go to public address in a moment. 56-19, the final. The men are coming up next. Cleveland Rams, host school, will have to settle for second runner-up. West Johnston Wildcats women beat Fuquay-Varina by 1 point earlier this afternoon in the third place women's final to be third place. Runner-ups the Cleveland Rams, and for 4 consecutive years in a row, with the exception of 1 year in 2020 because of the craziness in our country because of COVID-19 not playing in the tournament, the Rocky Mount Gryphons, Kim Winslow, have ran the table in Cleveland. Johnston County, North Carolina is now Nash County country for the Gryphons.
Yeah, like we said, they pretty much ran the table without even really working up a sweat in doing so. They had 3 big victories. Again, they're going to say the final score is 59-16. I still think they shorted Sheila Williams one on one of her free throws. So
let's go to public address for the trophy presentations for the women John Jacobs Tournament Classic in the books.
Yeah, I think they're still working on a couple things real quick as they do. Again, Cleveland just coming up with the 16 points.
We're going to present the awards for the girls bracket. First, we're going to start off with a little background of what the John Jacobs Classic is all about. John Jacobs, the 49-year-old who was Cleveland High School's head varsity and JV basketball coach, JV baseball coach, and assistant coach, lost his long battle with cancer on October 24th, 2017. He grew up in the Cleveland community and was an excellent 4-star sport at Smithfield Selma High School. He was named to the All-State and Shrine Bowl at the Carolinas. Football, he also played at Carolina and chose UNC over Georgia and Duke. He also excelled in the classroom and was a Moorhead Scholarship nominee at UNC. At UNC, he blocked a punt against NC State in 1997 that was returned for a touchdown to win the game. John was a businessman out of college, owning a convenience store for 8 years in Chapel Hill. But the love for kids spurred him into becoming a teacher. Jacobs taught for 16 years, 9 at Princeton and 7 at Cleveland. His 2014-2015 boys basketball team at Cleveland went 23-4.
And Kim, in addition, there's also special player awards for the women's tournament and the men for also the team tournaments as we go back to public address.
And first, we're going to announce the all-tournament team for the girls bracket. Coming out of Lake Christian, Gabby Mercedes. Coming out of Durham Riverside, Jasmine Chapman. Out of Nash Central, we have Kaylee Guntner. From Middle Creek, we have Jaya Ferguson. From Fuco Arena, Alea Durham. Fuquay Arena also, Caden Hooker. From West Johnston, we have Kayla Manning. From Cleveland High School, Sage Farmer. Also from Cleveland, Brooklyn Waller. And finally from Cleveland, we have Kendall Gaunt. And from Rocky Mount, we have Nyla Powell. Rocky Mount also has Madison Mitchell. Rocky Mount also has Caroline Teal.
How do you pronounce her name again?
Shalil. Shalia. Okay. And also from Rocky Mount, Shalia Williams. And finally, MVP of the tournament, Kara Jones.
So Kara Jones of the Rocky Mountain Gryphons is the tournament MVP for all of the women, and now the presentation of
and now for the
runner-up and
trophy
champion
for the
finals.
runner-up team, it goes to Cleveland High School. And now for the championship trophy, it goes to Rocky Mount High School.
And for Kim Winslow, 4 consecutive years in a row since 2018.
Congratulations to Rocky
The
Mount.
Gryphons have done it again. Wow. There's the tournament bracket, the running
This
of the
makes
table.
4 years in a row that they have won the John Jacobs Classic.
That's exactly right. I'm glad the PA announcer finally caught that, Kim, because obviously what an achievement.
Yeah, they're kind of building a dynasty here. They may run out their welcome and not be invited back.
Kim, your final take of this game. One more, and we got the men's championship coming up next.
Look, it was an uphill battle for Cleveland from the get-go. Again, just scoring those 16 points, as we said. Brooklyn Waller and Cassidy Mills both with 6. And for Rocky Mount, I had to sneeze. For Rocky Mount, they were led by Caroline Thiel with 23, followed by Kira Jones, who was MVP of the tournament with 11. So they absolutely controlled this game from the opening jump and never looked back.
The nightcap is coming up. For Kim Winslow, I'm Wesley Outland. For those that are listening, watching on CRN Sports Network or on NFHS Network, do not go anywhere. Cleveland Rams men home squad hosting for the second year a chance for the championship for 3 consecutive years. But the nemesis in their path tonight is the Rocky Mount Gryphons. The varsity men's game for the John Jacobs Christmas Classic is coming up next. For Kim Winslow, I'm Wesley Outland. Thank you to Athletic Director and John Jacobs Christmas Classic Director Jamie Lee for letting us broadcast this on the Community Radio Network, NFHS Network. We'll be back in a moment. Varsity Men is next. Rocky Mount Women get it done 56-19. 4 years now. The tournament champions at Cleveland in the John Jacobs Christmas Classic.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
You've been listening to an exclusive presentation of the Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.